Just a quick note to say sorry if the microphone audio in this video is a bit iffy. I was in a different location while I was recording it, but don't worry, I'll be back to the normal, decent quality for videos in the future. The cyberpunk genre, a technology-filled dystopian future we seem to be getting closer and closer to in real life right now. Its content isn't always the top of the chart or the most mainstream, but when things seem to happen within the genre, the mainstream seems to take notice. From books like Neuromancer, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, to movies Logan's Run, Judge Dredd, Fifth Element, and of course the granddaddy of all the cyberpunk movies, the original Blade Runner starring Harrison Ford. Now that was in the past, and the more modern current day cyberpunk event was obviously the absolute flop that was Cyberpunk 2077.
Can't deny it, it's all true. But everybody still wants to live here. This city's always got a promise for you. Might be a lie, an illusion, but it's there, just around the corner.
Fortunately, VR comes through once again and shows people how things are supposed to be done. And saying that, welcome members of the always growing VR horde. My name is Rex, this is Eyes on VR, and today we are going to be looking at Aircar. The irony, of course, is I started looking into this a couple weeks ago, but I have now seen it absolutely flooding the pages of Reddit. So I hope you haven't seen a review on it, but if you have, I like to think I'm going to offer you something else that other reviewers haven't. And Aircar is completely free, so let's jump in and see what you're gonna get. And I'm going to start by talking about how this is a surprising relax game. When it comes to the Quest and the Quest 2, there's plenty of apps and things out there that say, hey, meditate with me, surround yourself with a waterfall, see it in VR, and let your day stress leave your body, namaste. But this, flying around a dystopian cyberpunk future city in your aircar with some lo-fi beats, is one of the most relaxing experiences I've ever had in VR. If you're the kind of person that drives a car in real life and sometimes just wants to go out on a drive and just let it all go, just relax and zone out while paying attention to the road, but just chill and get away from it all, this is exactly the same thing. You can sit in that cockpit, fly around the city, let it all go, relax. You can even watch the rain on the cockpit windows, and it's a really nice effect. The rain, the nighttime, you can go as slow as fast as you want. It's really, really relaxing. I first got hold of this game and I wanted to play it for 5 minutes to see how it was, and all of a sudden I'd lost half an hour. But you don't have to stop there. You can also do some serious stunt piloting as well, from flying up the sides of buildings, under archways, over advertisements, threading the needle GTA 5 style with your ship as well. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, okay, we're in. Turbo! I did it! Oh, my stomach! Oh, my stomach! Oh, I did it! That was awesome. This is going to test your VR legs. And if you are going to go around kind of stunt flying, you better hold on to your stomach, because your VR legs need to be something fantastic for this game. I personally have never had a problem with getting my VR legs, as people say. I've always hopped into games and been perfectly fine. It has never got to my stomach or anything like that. But this game, it just seems so immersive that your brain clearly thinks that you're in it. As you take a sharp turn, do a roll, oh my goodness, my stomach was going topsy-turvy. If you can sit there and say that you played this game for the first time flying around and it didn't make your stomach go a bit wheezy, then you have the best VR legs I have ever seen. And you can do all of that stuff while controlling your ship really easily. I never even needed to look at the control scheme because everything just worked the way I expected it to. Your joysticks for pitch and your elevation, de-elevation, it all works like you think it would. Buttons for turbo, brakes, throttle, all that stuff works perfectly. Control scheme is absolutely a bang on. The first thing that really needs to be talked about though is the visuals. This is absolutely a gorgeous game. You start off in your garage or your garage.
The garage? Hey, fellas, the garage. Well, ooh-la-dee-da, Mr. Frenchman.
Well, what do you call it?
A car hole.
It's nighttime, it's raining, you elevate your ship and fly out into the cityscape and see it in its full glory, and it is beautiful. It absolutely represents the genre, from the massive corporation buildings, small apartment buildings, the crammed nature of the city, the busy streets down below with plenty of ships flying on the roads, not just down below but ships flying through the air, up above and all around you. The neon lights representing those big evil corporations that you can just feel are keeping everyone down below on the city floor downtrodden. The thing you'll notice as well immediately is the vastness of the city. It is absolutely huge. This map is massive. There's plenty to fly around, plenty to see. You're not getting any repeated buildings either. Each building is different from the last. It's absolutely huge, and it's not just the city. You can fly out over the water as well and land on some platforms or oil rigs, whatever they are. This has got kind of a Manhattan Island kind of feel to it. Now, while you're flying around, you'll notice that your cockpit is completely reactive with everything that you're doing. On the right, you have a sort of visual of your ship and a compass to let you know what your bearings are and sort of what your pitch and yaw are. It's all live as well. And speaking of live screens, if you look to your left, you can see a live wireframe sort of outline image representation of everything you're flying over that's directly below your ship. And this is very helpful for landing, which even with this screen can be kind of tricky at first, but once you get it down, it is oh so sweet to land in style. Okay, come on, here we go. Let's make this nice and slick.
Landing corridor found.
Yes.
Auto landing.
Oh, that was a nice landing. And speaking of landing, you are going to need to do this because you're going to need to stop on these random sort of ship pads that are around the place to, one, refuel your ship, but also to collect boosters or upgrades for your turbo.
Turbo upgrade acquired.
Now, your turbo is really helpful, but it gets stronger, faster and longer the more you upgrade it. So at first you'll have one boost that will get you up to about 156 miles per hour, but by the time you've found all of the upgrades, you can get it up to well over 200, and it makes a big difference. Getting out to the oil rig took me quite some time when I only had one boost, but by the time I'd fully upgraded, I can get out there in about 2 seconds. If you want to go crazy and start threading the needle and doing some stunt stuff, the boost is really helpful for that. It'll take you flying around buildings, taking harder corners on things, helping with your flips, rolls, and all kinds of other stuff. Oh, whoops. And that's what's really nice about this game. It's this really simple premise of a game, but it has much more than visually what you're looking at, even though it is very impressive. Overall, there's not much to be said for Aircar that I haven't already said. I would just say it's completely free for PC VR users, so why not just go on Steam and give it a try. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. I love you a whole bunch, and it's you specifically I want to talk to now. I put a link out in the Eyes on VR Discord a few weeks ago, link in the description, but I know there are people that watch these videos that don't want to be that involved in the channel, which is perfectly fine. So I just thought I'd do an update here quickly instead of doing a full channel update video, because I know people aren't really interested in that. The short version of it is that over the last few months I've been presented with one of the biggest opportunities of my whole life. And I need to dedicate 100% to it, because the last thing I want, or that anybody should want in this world, is even if something goes wrong, at least if you can sit back and say that you gave it your all, you are not filled with that regret, because that kind of regret will eat you up for your whole life. A whole lot of what ifs can absolutely ruin a person. It just means the gap between videos will be a bit longer, which means there might be 2 weeks, 3 weeks between each video, but I will still have time that I can dedicate to making them. It is just a lot less, but it means doing it this way I can still keep the quality, and hopefully as well with this new opportunity I will be presented with new resources I can use to bring even better quality videos to you guys, which is really exciting actually. And I know every YouTuber in the world says this and it's cheesy as hell, but I have some really big stuff I'm working on at the moment for the channel. One of the things you've never ever seen before in your life, because it doesn't exist yet. It's not on the market, the Kickstarter has only just begun. It's amazing and I can't wait to show it all to you. So just know when you see a video thumbnail with my yellow logo in the corner, it's a video that's had a lot of care and attention put to it, and it should be something really fun to watch. With that, my name is Rex, this is Eyes on VR, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.
Turbo online. Landing corridor found.